Gosh, this is news I wasn't expecting. So what's up guys, welcome to this new YouTube video. So today there is kind of sad news. The sad news is that a bad news has gone out. Now, the bad news is that the A380 production will end with its first A380 in 2021. That isn't far guys, that's only in 2 years, and it's heartbreaking because personally, that was my favorite plane. And secondly, that is actually a plane which is way more comfortable to fly with all the others. Example, you're traveling in economy or in first class or in business class, doesn't matter, both of them, or free, or even residence, which was only for Etihad on the A380, you felt way quieter plane, well more stable, way less turbulence. Instead, by putting that plane, the A380, out of market, you will eventually get nothing. It's going to be normal turbulence, like always is not going to be improved, and always is not going to be improved, because the plane is going to be smaller, eventually less wingspan, smaller, less weight, and the wind is going to be more manageable to get the plane to bump all over the place, and so that isn't really good. So Emirates actually ordered 70 Airbus A350s, but has done, let's say, a meeting with Airbus. That's what they said on the news. A lot of news said that, so I kind of say this is nearly a primary source, because all the news on my phone were like Airbus declares that, and especially Emirates. Emirates had ordered 70 Airbus A380s to be delivered by 2020 and 2021. But this horrible thing happened to A380s. It's been said it's too expensive for aircraft, which is dumb. Because if you get double the passengers on a plane, you have a better income. And even if you pay a little bit more for the pilots, you still have a way better income on the passengers, which actually will become profit. But apparently this is not it. So how many airports, guys, have just built a runway for the A380 and have lost their money because the A380 is going out of production? Which is sad. So Emirates actually ordered 70 aircraft from the 2020 and 2021. They should be delivered those. But then their order cancelled and swapped them. They said that they swapped them with A350s. From Airbus, new plane which is going to go on Emirates fleet. It's going to be, yes, a new member on the fleet. And they actually cancelled the A380s, which is a big bad thing for Airbus, because Airbus was going to get a lot of money for those A380s, but boom, it flew away. But Airbus still got 70 planes bought from them, but it's still not what they expected, because they expected A380s to come out. What happened is that only one more A380 is going to be released in 2021, which is going to be the only one which will be given to Emirates, because Emirates has the widest fleet of A380s in the world. So Emirates will be given the last A380 in production in the whole entire world, if it doesn't come back again, which is really rare for planes if they go out of production. It's like saying, stab me, shoot me with 5,000 guns, get an AK-47 and shoot me back again, then stab me again, throw me down the Westfield Tower, and then after that, stab me again and get an AK-47 and shoot it on my heart. Will I come out alive with that? No. And that's what's gonna happen to the A380. They're just killing it down, and it will probably never pop up again, sadly. But it doesn't really make sense, everyone, guys. You might wondering why. The 747 actually has had success more than the A380, we must say, because the A380 is only in service from, yeah, around 15 years. And actually, today, the actual 747 has been around for nearly 50 years. So much, 60 years. They actually had an anniversary of the 747 recently. A lot of news on Instagram and Google. 747 gets that. And then after that, I think that this is done on purpose. I think someone paid someone to make the aircraft of A380 Airbus fail. Why? I think politicians and all these things. I'm not saying it's a real thing, but personally, with my experience and with all of the families and people's experience around the world, there's been a lot of gossip going on, but a large majority of gossip is probably saying that this is probably what happened. That's the number one reason. Apart the excuse of companies saying it costs too much, I think someone paid Emirates, Qantas and other airlines, or someone else paid another person to make those airlines cancel their orders to make the Airbus A380 fail. Airbus is going to be devastated by this because it's going to have its income going right down, and yeah, it's really going to have problems, Airbus, because it spent so much money of creating and actually modeling and designing this aircraft until it could finally lift up its wheels on the sky, that it only stayed 15 years in service and then just went and said, let's just F off and go. Which isn't really good. Sorry for that. So, I personally think Boeing, which is the competitor with Airbus, I think the airline, B-O-I-N-G, yeah, I think that's how you spell it, Boeing has decided to just pay someone to make the Airbus fail. Paid politicians to make the Airbus say it's too costly and to make it fail. So probably Boeing has done some illegal stuff, which obviously in a big amount of space will not be told, because it's too big amount of space. And even if I would say, I'm gonna go to a lawyer, I'm gonna say you did this, a lawyer, even the best lawyer in the world, will not make Boeing close or make them pay penalties, because they probably paid politicians or really high standards people who can make airplanes fail. Boeing paid them to make the Airbus A380 fails. That would mean free court for Boeing and going down for Airbus, which is kind of sad. And it's sad thinking that the world itself is in a really happy place if we start doing this. And this is what's actually making the world bad in real time. Not saying that Boeing is just making the world bad. It's a lot of people, things, some things in the world which do this in triggers to make other companies fail. And that's what calling mafia, for example, and other bad things in the world happened. I have just noticed, out of all my viewers, I'm probably gonna be the last one. The bloody last one to fly that plane. It's shocking, isn't it? You know when you say, I would really want white paper for the background, new thing, just put it there. But it's actually not really stable. Still need to do some adjustments to my wallpaper. And that's just all, guys. It's sad, but luckily I got a plane, the Airbus A380, which is waiting for me in June to bring me to Italy for holidays. Hopefully coming back with it too. So I don't know. Might be already dead before Etihad by then. Etihad doesn't have much. It only has 10, which is a really small amount. Competing with Emirates, which probably has 170 Airbus A380s, which is a lot. You always see, like on a map, I have a flight scanner, it's called that, and you see it, and there's like 100 A380s from Emirates, and there's 2 only traveling in that precise moment of Etihad. So, Qantas has cancelled 40 A380 orders. Qatar has said not ordering Airbus A380 anymore. So all the company have just said, yeah, nah, baby, I'm not buying any more planes from you, especially that brand. I mean, especially that plane. And that makes what makes the world collapse into the hands of Boeing. And on that terrible bombshell, it's now time to end. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Remember to subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell on. And vote number 1 for Airbus.